Hi everyone, it's me again, it's Shona. Today's video is going to be a fitness update, but you might have seen my video back in October and an updated one in February it would have been, where I spoke about how I wanted to lose my baby weight and I had quite a lot to go. We're talking at least 3 stone. I wanted to lose before we went on our holidays. So we're off on holiday tomorrow. Yay. And today was my final weigh-in, and I just wanted to give you a little update on how I was feeling, how I've gotten on, and where I want to go from here, whether, you know, what my goals are going forward in terms of fitness. When I first spoke back in October, I said I had about 3 stone to lose, and I can quite happily say that since then I have lost 3 stone exactly. So yay to me. I feel so much better. I'm back in my normal clothes. I wouldn't say I'm exactly the same shape, so maybe some things that I would have had previously don't quite fit the same, but I feel a huge amount better about myself. The mum tum is still there. It's not completely gone, but it's a lot better. It feels like it's more flatter, and I just feel a lot more confident about myself and much more comfier in myself and just back to my normal self, because when I was that weight I just hated it, and I just was so determined to lose it. And I set myself a goal to get to 11.5 stone by the time we went on holiday, and I didn't quite get to 11.5 stone. I got to 11.11, so that was like the 3 stones exactly, so 4 pounds off. Okay, it's not exactly where I wanted to be, but I think looking at the bigger picture and how much I've actually done, I'm so chuffed with myself, because it's been a big struggle. I pretty much lost a month when I went back to work. After having Olivia, I just couldn't get my mindset into it. I was trying to adjust to working and being a mum, and okay, I'm not quite full-time, but I'm really not that far off of a full-time role, only about 4 or 5 hours off it. My job is so demanding, and going back into it, my head was just so it was just, I really did lose a month, and not necessarily eating rubbish, but just not eating healthily, you know, just maybe coming home and having snacky foods rather than having substantial meals, because I just didn't feel like I had the energy to make substantial meals. So once we got the back of that, I kind of got myself into a more better routine now that I was back to work, and I got myself back eating healthily. I started exercising again, and I just felt like it wasn't a huge let's lose weight within a couple of, you know, let's lose a stone within a month or something. It really did come off very slowly. And one of the main things that I was really happy about was getting my wedding rings back on. I got my wedding ring back on, I would say maybe March, April time. I can't remember exactly when it was, but it was about maybe April. Say I got it back on. And I couldn't get my engagement ring on as well. The two of them wouldn't go on together, and I think it got to a point where I thought, do you know what, I'm not going to get my engagement back on. I'm going to have to get it resized, because my engagement ring is slightly smaller than my wedding one. And I was just like, okay, I'll continue on, and we'll see how we got on. And I would say June, finally in June, I tried it on with my wedding ring, and I got it on, and I was so chuffed, because it's just one of the big things that I felt like the final jigsaw, and sort of like being me again. It sounds really corny and stupid, but it was just how I felt at the time. It just was like, oh, I'm so happy, I'm back to me, I'm back to my normal size, I've got my rings on, and I just feel really complete. So yeah, I got them back on, and I used to take them off like if I was exercising or going to bed, but now I leave them on all the time, and it's not bothering me. So I think I'm more worried if I take them off, I'll never get them back on again. So I'm like, they're staying there, that's it. That was a big achievement. Getting back in comfortably to size 10 has also been an achievement. I wouldn't say I'm 100% a size 10. I think there's some items of clothing, some shops, I will have to size up. And I feel like top wise, I'm still needing to maybe get that size 12, just because I'm still quite big in the chest. I don't feel like that's gone down hugely, but it is getting there. I'm just absolutely ecstatic to lose that 3 stone. It feels like a huge achievement, because it's so difficult being a mum and there's so much pressure on you to lose the weight. But as much as yet it would have been lovely to have just clicked my finger, a couple of weeks, gone back down to my normal size, no hassles. But I've really had to work for it, and it's something I've always had to do. It doesn't matter whether it's weight or anything, I've always had to work for everything. So I really pushed myself, you know, missing out on nice treats, especially in the workplace. It can be hard because there's so much like biscuits and fine pieces they bring in, and you're just like, no, I'm fine. But I've powered on. The exercise, yes, I've done as much exercise as I can, mostly 2 or 3 times a week. I've just been doing like a HIIT workout in my kitchen or going for runs, but really I haven't been anywhere near a gym. I haven't seen a gym since before I was pregnant, before I got pregnant. So it just shows you can do it yourself. You don't need to spend loads and loads of money on a personal trainer or a gym membership. You know, just with sheer determination and the right mind and the right information and what works for you, because what works for me might not work for you. So everybody's different. We've all got different body types. We've all got different metabolisms. I know that if I just have to look at food, I can put on loads of weight. You know, I just have to have like a weekend and I could probably easily put on half a stone, you know, like a bad weekend. So I have to take all these things into consideration for myself. And what works for me is really being strict as much as I can. I'm kind of an all or nothing, and being really strict tends to be what works to make me lose weight, and that's what I've done. I'm not saying I've not had treats. I've tried to keep as much off fizzy drinks as possible. I've had the odd one here now and again, but I've really cut down on fizzy drinks. I've been trying to drink as much water as I can. I've cut down on bread. I've really been trying to keep my bread content down, not having sandwiches, you know, going for omelettes or anything, baked potatoes, just trying to keep bread down, because that is an absolute killer. And just snacks, you know, just trying not to snack. I found being at work can help, because I'm kind of really focused and I'm so busy at my work. Sometimes it's 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon and I think, oh right, I need to go and have dinner. So that does help, because it keeps me distracted. Also being here as well can be not too bad, because I've got Olivia to distract me, and although there's food on access easily, you know, there's no, I'm just so determined that I'm just like, I'm not gonna have it, and I just get myself distracted by Olivia. She keeps me entertained, and you know, she keeps me away from the kitchen, and trying not to have some of her leftovers, which is not easy, but you know, sometimes you just, I'm not one for food wastage. So yeah, so that's some of the reasons I've done. The other thing I've done, and I think I've probably touched on it before, is fasting. Now, a big disclaimer before I talk about this. Fasting is not for everyone, and even to an extent, sometimes I find fasting doesn't work for me, but it's knowing the signs. Fasting is something that really helps me, because I kind of think if I can have like 12 hours without eating food, then I'm not going to starve if I miss a snack or a couple of hours of food. It's just getting into that mentality of really pushing myself, and it does help me because I'm eating less food, and ultimately, you know, being slimmer, that's kind of how my body works. And you know, some people, you know, I'm sure if I did, you know, I'm sure there are ways and means of doing it with food, but I just feel like that's what gets me, because I feel like the more I eat, you know, the more it just doesn't work for me. I can't really explain it too well, but fasting just seems to work for my mentality. It pushes me on. It makes me realise that I'm not always hungry. Even though I might feel hungry, I'm not always hungry. I might just be thirsty and keep drinking, and half an hour later and I'll be okay, and I can get through this till supper time or dinner time, or, you know, whenever I need to. I don't need to snack. So yeah, that's fasting. So I've done quite a lot of fasting over the last few months, and it's been really, really tough, but it's worked. But it's worked for me. As I say, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not any type. I've just done fasting in a lot of plans that I've done through a personal trainer that I've worked with. But fasting might not work for you, because there are times when I've done fasting and then I've just felt so hungry at the end of the night that I've probably ended up eating more had I just had 3 meals, you know, 3 healthy meals. So if you think it'll work and you want to give it a try, there's a book that I've read that's really, it gives you a lot of information on it. So I'll link that down below. I think you can get it as like an ebook from Amazon. So I'll link that down below if you are interested in it. And I would recommend reading that before going ahead and having a good think about it, because if your mentality is not that way, I wouldn't do it. I want to be honest and tell you what ways have helped me to lose the 3 stone. Now, it hasn't always been like that, because this has been 3 stone since October and I haven't done fasting all that time, but just various factors have helped me. Definitely moving more. I've obviously been trying to exercise. I've beaten myself up if I haven't been able to at the end of the night after a long, tiring day, but I've just kind of tried to give myself a goal of 2 or 3 times a week. Really push myself and just do a 10-15 minute workout. There's so much stuff on the YouTube, you know, the body coach, there's HIIT workouts everywhere. There's so much different things that you can do to do something in the house. You don't have to pay loads of money. So yeah, so that's kind of it for my update. So that's 14-month post, well, almost 15-month postpartum, and that's me pretty much lost all the baby weight now. I'm more or less back to what I was. I would say I was about 11.5 before I got pregnant with Olivia, possibly even more. So, you know, I'm not far off where I was. I'm quite happy to say that I've lost the baby weight. I will add in comparison shot and show you, you know, the difference. Going forward, I think I would like to get to see that scales at 10.5. So I've decided I'm going to go on, obviously I'm going on holiday, I'm going to relax quite a bit, and then when I get back I might have a couple of weeks off. Not necessarily going wild with food, just relaxing a wee bit, maybe having a bit more treats at the weekend. I'll try and keep good once I'm back to work, because I find that if I'm at work I can be really, really good, and also try and keep up the exercise even though I am being a bit more relaxed. That's where I'm at just now, 11 stone 11. I think, as I say, going forward I would like to lose that wee bit more and just get to 11.5 and feel like, yeah, I've achieved it, I've done it. I'll give you a bit of a sort of shot standing up on how I look. So yeah, as you can see, I am much slimmer up here. So I hope you've liked this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and if you are new to this channel, would love you to subscribe. If you've got any ideas for fitness, health, losing weight, any sort of videos like that you would like me to do, just write them in the comments box and I'll see how we go, and we'll see you again next time. Catch you later, bye.